Hello and welcome to Alive with Amanda. Today we're going to be talking about how to scale to a 7-figure group practice. So I'm talking about $1 million, right? Like how do you make $1 million? I'm not talking about, your net. I'm talking about the gross. Like how do you gross $1 million? Okay, so I was thinking about this video. I'm always thinking about these videos. Like, what am I going to talk about and like what angle am I going to go at? And so I'm going to go at 2 different angles. I'm going to go at like the groundwork that you need to do and the logistics or like what it really looks like. Okay. So from a ground level, you have to make a good name for yourself. You just do. Okay. You need to be a good clinician. You need to have good relationships with other clinicians, whether they're going to join your practice or not, other group practice owners, other solo practice owners. You need to be a good neighbor, a good community member. Are you going to networking events? Are you connecting with your alma mater to like feed students in, right? Are you a part of your local association? Are you a part of the state association? Are you part of the national association, right? Are you staying connected on Facebook, on Instagram, with other practitioners, with other companies, with other businesses that are, again, good partners for you? And so like the first thing that I would say is like, are you known? Do people know who you are, right? Are they going to send you referrals? Are they going to want to join your practice? Are they going to want to be a part of what you're building? And so you have to make sure that you have that in your community, right? People have to know, like, and trust you. And they have to know, like, and trust you as a therapist and then as a business owner. For me, I built it by being a good therapist and being a good community partner. And then I believe now I built it as being a good business owner and a good CEO of a group practice. People know, like, and trust me, and they have to know, like, and trust your brand and your practice. So that's the first thing that you need to do. The second thing is just as like the logistics of it. It's like, okay, if your average reimbursement rate is, I'm gonna like literally pull out my calculator while we do this and never really pull out my calculator too much. Okay, so I'm going to go with nice, simple numbers. I'm going to assume at this point you're an insurance-based practice, right? And that your average reimbursement rate here in Florida is like $115 an hour, okay? So quick and dirty math, you have to provide 8,700 sessions a year, okay? So let's divide that by a month. So that's 725 sessions a month. If you have full-time clinicians doing 100 sessions a month, you need 7.25. So let's call it 8 to account for attrition, this, that. So you need 8 full-time therapists. So you probably need 8 individual offices then, right? So that might be 1 location, that might be 2 locations. You might have part-time people, you might have full-time people. But from our example right here, you need 8 full-time at 100 sessions a month, however that looks, seeing clinicians. So let's at $115 an hour. So if you make less, you make more. So let's say you're in a lower cost of living area and you want to make $1 million and your average reimbursement rate. So you have to do 10,000 sessions a year, which is $833 a month. So we're going to divide that by 100 and then round up. You need 9 full-time clinicians, which means you probably need 9 offices unless you're doing some virtual. Doesn't matter. For most practices, that's probably 2 offices. That's where we were at sort of like initially. We had like 2 small offices. We grew up to $1 million. And then we moved into an 11 office suite and then a 5 office suite. And so you can kind of start to do the math. I'm sharing a lot of information about our practice, and that's okay. I'm fully transparent. So, you can start to see how, then the question becomes, how do I find enough clients to fill up, 7 to 9 clinicians, 10 full-time clinicians? It could be closer to 15. I'd say probably, if you have part-timers, closer to, 12, probably 12 is a good number. You've got like a few, half full-time, half part-time. A lot of clinicians want to do part-time. Not everybody wants to do full-times, right? So you can start to see how those numbers work out. So let's talk about how do you build up to there. But first, let's thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes, who really, truly, I'm going to lean in, makes it easy to scale a practice, right? You can add clinicians easily. You can add locations easily. You can review revenue by payer, by clinician, by office. Therapy Notes was really designed for the group practice owner in mind. And so I highly recommend, if you are looking at scaling a group practice, starting a group practice, or you have a group practice and your electronic health record is just not working, check out Therapy Notes. We have 10 locations. Actually, I should start saying we have 12 locations now because we just opened 2. And we have over 100 clinicians, and Therapy Notes works wonderful for us. And so you can certainly scale that smaller to that $1 million range. You can scale it up to closer to 10. I know practices that are on their way to $20 million using Therapy Notes. And so people who have small solo practices all the way up to the large group practice at $20 million, they're using Therapy Notes. So I highly recommend you use Therapy Notes. And so you're going to ask yourself, like, how do I do it? Like, you do it one step at a time. You get this 2-office suite. That's what we did. I had 2 offices. Then we had like 2 individual spaces. Then we had 3 individual spaces. Then we jumped to 6 spaces. And then we jumped to 11. And then we jumped to another location that had 2. And then from 2, we went to 5. And from 5, we went to, now we have 20 in that location and 11. And then we opened up an 10 office suite in Pembroke Pines. Like, you just do it one step at a time. You can build that out to where you want it to go, or you can just follow, like, where is it easy for you to hire? Where is it easy to find an office? Where is it easy to find clinicians to work for you? And that's the roadmap. And so if you're like, how do I do this? Take this video, put it into ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT what you want to do, and ask them to build out a roadmap for you. That's what I would literally do if you are looking to have a $1 million practice. So good luck to all of you that want to scale to 7 figures.